What's happening, folks? It's me, Justin. I just ate some bacon and eggs. Today, it's the first of the month, so we're going to start bringing back some site case studies, but these are only going to be the programmatic sites that have been created over the last few weeks. Whoopsies. There's going to be a few sites in this one, 5. One is doing well, 2 are going to be slow cookers, and the last 2 were just published, so there's not a lot to actually talk about on them. That's really it. I guess there will be a kind of a live follow along on my website.com/pseo, where I will have Google Data Studio set up with some of the with the Google Search Console data. So if you want to tinker around with that and see how things are performing over time, the site is live, or the page is live right now. If you're watching this like within 5 hours of the video being out, I wouldn't go to the page. It's pretty ugly. It's published, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done on it. So yeah, let's get jiggy with it. So what it is, I started my first pure programmatic SEO site on October 12th of this year. I had experimented prior with a few like product comparison pages or posts where I'd take like reusable blocks, sections of different reviews, turn them into reusable blocks, and then use them on 10 or 20 different other posts, and those worked pretty well. So I said, what if we just made a site that was entirely programmatic? And here's a screenshot from a few days ago from the Google Search Console for the first one that is not doing too bad. So that's really what it is. Getting into some of the WordPress stuff, because like as far as the actual what is being used to make these, it's all done through WordPress, because I'm not a developer, anything like that. I don't know how to use all that other stuff, Laravel and Ruby on Rails. I don't know anything about that. So I use WP All Import. I use a pro version. You don't necessarily need to use pro version. I only bought it because at the time of this recording, they were planning on switching over to a yearly or whatever like subscription model. I said, let me go ahead and get the full unlimited lifetime version. So I use that, and that's basically used to import the posts from a spreadsheet. I recently started using custom post types for the last few sites I created to separate the programmatically created posts from quote unquote normal posts. That way they're not, clogging up the blog roll or anything like that. They're kind of siloed off in their own realm of existence. I don't have any affinity towards one SEO plugin over another one. I only really use them for sitemap stuff, and I'm sure there's an easier way, but I just go, let me throw on a plugin for this. What are we using? Some are using Rank Math, some are using All-in-One. I think All-in-One is gonna be the move, and I'll talk about that shortly. I do actually have which site has which plugin and how they're being indexed and what's showing up as far as in the sitemaps in Google Search Console, and just trying to establish what is going to be my SEO plugin of choice. And again, I don't really use it for customizing meta tags or anything like that, or meta descriptions rather. I strictly for sitemap stuff. Theme I use is Generic Press, and that's the only theme I ever use, period, just because I'm so familiar with it. It's easy. I can use it for a blog site, a business site, a e-commerce site, anything like that. So Generic Press, I got the premium, or whatever, the 250 developer subscription for that. It's like $70 a year or whatever. Generate Blocks allows for additional customization for pages and posts. Really just a fantastic add-on for Generate Press. I like it. I also pay for that. And then Reusable Blocks Extended. What that does is you can create reusable blocks in the kind of base version, we'll say, of WordPress, the default, without any plugins or anything like that. But what Reusable Blocks Extended does is creates shortcodes for reusable blocks, so they can be inserted into posts using WP All Import. The downside of using WP All Import is that it uses the classic editor as of the recording. So a lot of those, if you're more used to working with Gutenberg, tough. All right, so total earned from all programmatic SEO sites in November was $26.79. I have a few different ways of monetizing, but all those earnings came from Ads Terra, which is an alternative display ad network, whatever, because the first site was repeatedly removed, or not removed, but not approved by AdSense or Ad Manager, and thus not approved for Ezoic. But I'm starting to think that maybe Adsterra is the move to make. The other three, Share Sale, Flex Offers, Impact, formerly Impact Radius, are all just affiliate networks. And basically my thought process behind setting up these websites is I'll just keep the domains alive and still, the websites going as long as they earn enough to cover the domain registration costs. That's really the cool thing about programmatic SEO, is that besides time, the costs are domain registration, or is domain registration. That's about it. You're not really publishing, you're not ordering, 150 articles from a content mill or a freelancer or whatever, a content agency. It's all, at least in my case, it's all very simple, easy to create. And like I said, as long as they earn their domain registration costs, we'll keep them alive. If they don't within the year, I'll just let it expire and then it'll be gone. Oops. So site one, this was the first one I started. It's kind of my, first foray into pure like programmatic SEO. I think there are, after I published all those posts, I did go back and create some mid form, not long form, not short, about maybe 500 to 800 words. They're pretty light articles because I thought that would get me into AdSense, whatever. It still didn't. So I finally pulled the trigger and I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and sign up for a bunch of different ad networks. Whatever one approves it, that's what I'll go with. And Adsterra was first, so that's what I'm going to be using. There's about 47,000 pages or posts on that site. As far as indexing goes, 67 or 16.7 thousand are indexed, about 38,000 are not. Hopefully that adds up to 47,000. I rounded these numbers. And I'm using all-in-one SEO for that site. Visitors in November, 809, 183 page views, and $26.79 in earnings. This was the only site that made money in November. And I didn't put display ads on until the 18th of November. So theoretically, this could have been significantly better. And really, the whole point was to see, hey, is this even possible? Is this something that could work? It turns out it is. The site itself is very ugly. It's not. If somebody found it and they said, hey, is this your site? I'd say, no, it's not. It's pretty, it's not nice looking. But you can see on the right-hand side there that traffic has been pretty nice over the last few weeks. There was little that decline was due to Thanksgiving. The niche is kind of educational based. So nobody's going to the site because they're all eating turkey. And also very nice is that Bing is getting, it's not, like you usually start a site and like Google's like accounts for like 95% of your traffic, and then 5% goes to like Bing and Ecosia or DuckDuckGo and all these other sites. Well, I'm really happy that Bing is probably, I don't know, 2/5 of the traffic. Because that means, if for whatever reason Google's like, oh, this is actually bad news bears, well, I'm not going to be, out on my ass. I'm still going to have some traffic coming in. Now, if they both do it at the same time, then I'm out of luck. But that's that. Purely informational, purely display ads. I did try to put on like some make money online offers. I'm like, this is stupid. Let me just put on ads. So that's site number one. It's got the best screenshots. Site number two, VPR. After that, I said, you know what if we did some affiliate content? Could we work with affiliate content? This was on a domain that I had. I'd put up like 90 or so purely AI created articles. They weren't just, blast and cruise, but I put in the outline, the content brief, if you will, for those posts, and kind of let the AI do its work and then clean it up so it wasn't just random gibberish. So it's about a year old. I started uploading the programmatic SEO pages on October 24th, monetized with affiliate offers and display ads. AdSense is on this site. For whatever reason, I don't care enough to get Ezoic to work on it. I'm approved. It's just, I don't know. And it's earning so little, getting so little traffic that it's really negligible. So it's 39,000 pages that were created. Again, kind of rounded. So probably like another 300, but 90 of those being long form. And I didn't want to do the math to try to figure out exactly what was before and what was after, because these were all published within the blog roll. Pages indexed, 10,000 and 10.9K. 6.7K are not indexed. I'm just using a plugin called Google XML Sitemaps because, again, I don't really care enough to use, I don't care as far as the SEO stuff of editing all that additional stuff. And I'm trying to figure out why, there's 20,000 plus pages that aren't even showing up. So I think I'll talk about that towards the end, but I'm kind of, again, experimenting and exploring different sitemap options. And I think I'm just going to go with all-in-one after this video is recorded. So I'm only including the visitors from the new pages that were published. I'm not doing all traffic because, it wouldn't have gone up significantly, but I just kind of want to keep it separate, at least at this point, until it starts seeing some substantial growth if it ever sees that, because, again, there wasn't a lot of traffic to begin with. This was another just kind of Hail Mary attempt. Don't really know how many page views came from just those, or I'm just going to say 23 came from just people searching for, those new pages, and no earnings, but there were 14 clicks to share a sale. And the new programmatic pages are related to the kind of niche prior to, whatever the niche was. It's a career resource site. So that's that. Again, affiliate content takes forever to actually get anywhere. So we'll see how that goes over the next, next month, 2, 3, 4, 12, whatever. Site 3, SW. Again, affiliate site or affiliate content as well. This is on an existing site that I started in 2017. Programmatic SEO started being published on the 3rd of November. It does have Ezoic on it, and then affiliate offers 39,000 pages produced, 2.21K that are indexed, more that are not indexed. I don't know how those numbers don't add up to 39,000, but they do. Oopsie. And I'm using rank math on that site. 2 visitors came, 2 page views, and earnings were negligible. It probably earned maybe $3 or $4 from Ezoic. Again, it started in 2017. It was one of those things where it was earning enough to cover the cost of the domain registration. So why let it die? And it's a cool, like 5-letter domain name. So I'm going to keep that around for a little bit. The problem, not really problem, but I think where I messed up was the programmatic pages are not at all related to the original content. It was a clothing blog that was kind of publishing news articles for like new releases for clothing. And this, the programmatic pages are gift delivery services. So not all related. I think what I may do, if what could be done is swap out those pages, remove them completely, and then put in programmatically created pages that are related to the, topically relevant, we'll say. So lackluster results, but also affiliate content. So who knows? It could take months before seeing any kind of results. Site 4, old BB. More affiliate content. Launched on November 5th. 62,000 pages were created. Like 3% are even showing up in sitemaps, and it's using rank math. And I don't know why I keep getting like could not fetch results or whatever. It's kind of frustrating. But yeah, it's really there really hasn't been any visitors, page views, or earnings, of course. So I also separated with starting in this site. I started separating the programmatically created posts from the regular post, the generic default post, and started creating custom post types just to separate them, just so, I can see exactly, what's going on with each vertical, so to speak. The niches are another career resource tool, and then luxury goods. Again, it's all over the place. I don't know. Experiments. All these are just experiments. They're $15 experiments. I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna look like the lady on the bottom right. I don't know. So we'll see how that goes. I really need to figure out what's going on with this indexing nonsense and get that figured out. Site 5, FG. So this was done 2 days ago. There is nothing to talk about right now for this one. 29th, display ads. It's an upgraded version of the first site. A lot cleaner look, a lot better content, education. I started working or experimenting with doing like what could be summed up as spin tags. I have a video about this somewhere on the site where I rewrite basically every sentence 5 times, and I do that for the entire like block of text that would go in the post. So you do that, 10 times. You've so many variations that can be created, and then couple that with concatenate function to plug back in some information. It creates, for the most part, unique content every time. Not necessarily, something where it's based on. I'll talk about this. Let's see. So they're based on cities, right? So somebody from Dayton, Ohio is not going to end up looking at a post for, I don't know, Austin, Texas. So they both get a unique experience. But that's really it. And I'm planning on, with this one, instead of publishing all the posts at once, or kind of doing what I have been doing and publishing them from like the day of publish to like 5 days prior, so it just has that variation in publish date. I'm going to be dripping these out from, the 29th of November all the way to the end of December. So see if that has any impact. I doubt it will, but just based on this one where all these posts were published in a day, well, over like 4 different days, these were published. There's like 4 different pushes of content. They were all, published at once. We'll see if dripping posts has any impact. I doubt it will, but hey, let's figure this out. So of course this has no traffic. This has no pages indexed. The sitemaps aren't even like, they're still showing like 3 or 4 pages. So let that cook. I realize I don't have the SEO tool in here. I'm gonna guess it's rank math, but we'll see. Anyway, what's next? Obviously, this is pretty lackluster. It's the first month. Nothing's happening in the first month on a new site. You know this, I know this, whatever. So I need to figure out which sitemap I want to use. I normalized the options like 1,000 links per sitemap. I realized that some of them were they're all over the place. Some had 200, some had 10. What are you doing with 10? Come on. So I need to get that. I'll probably just go with all-in-one SEO. Again, I'm not doing all the SEO mumbo jumbo. I'm just using it to create sitemaps. So there's that. I think moving forward with creating new sites or adding on to additional or existing sites, I'm going to stick with content display ads as opposed to content and affiliate offers, just because, man, I like feedback, and you know what? Traffic and earnings are feedback. So that seems to be what's working right now. Maybe in 6 months, all those affiliate pages will start taking off, and then I'll say, I should have stuck with that. But hindsight, 2020, whatnot. I'm just gonna keep doing the same thing, better than I usually do. And then I think far in the future, especially with just seeing the results from, again, the content and display ads versus the affiliate stuff, I think moving forward, I would have to update this program or this plugin that I had created that would create those, this product versus that product pages automatically for me. I think that's going to be the move in the future for affiliate based content, as opposed to oh, are you in this city? Here's where you can buy socks online in Dayton, Ohio, or something like that. I think it just comparing, hey, this pair of socks versus that pair of socks, or this phone versus that phone, or these monitors versus those monitors, or that camera versus the fictional camera that's over there. I think that's going to be the move in the future, just because it's more search. It's more concrete. It's more, hey, people are looking for specifically this microphone versus that microphone. Here are the numbers laid out. Here's the decibel readings. Here's the additional features for all that. So I think that's going to be the move in the future. But that plugin is not exactly where I want it to be or need it to be right now. It's very, very minimal, very bare bones, basic. It works. It just doesn't work, how I envisioned it, in my brain of brains. It looks good, it works well, but there's a few tweaks that need to be done. So I think that's the last slide. I think that's it. If you're gonna go down this route, programmatic, create content that's informational, educational, that route, not transactional, not commercial initially, because then you're gonna get some great feedback. You'll get some earnings. It should have been like $50 if I put on display ads from day one, but it's not, and I'm doing that for the remix of this one on Site 5. So that's it. That's what we got. As I said, go to mysite.com/PSEO. You can get a little follow along. I have a lot, basically going to transcribe this video on there and then keep that updated and live. Instead of like creating new posts, just have that in one spot. And again, the Google Search Console data will be pulled into Google Data Studio, and those will be embedded on the page, so you can actually explore and dick around with the information to see exactly how it came along. So that's what we got.